A function is a block of code written once and reused many times. There are different types of functions. In this video, we are going to see about the function with parameters without any written value. So this is a small program where it takes the input value and it prints square of that number. That means when you give 5 as the input, it prints 25 as the output. Let's trace the program. Int main. So the first statement itself calls the function print square 5. Understand here, 5 is the value that we are passing to the function. When we in this function, int n is initialized. Now the 5 value that we are passing through the function will be directly given to int n. That means n holds the value 5 right now. Then inside the function there is a statement a. What does the a statement contains? Square of %d is equal to %d n multiple by n. That means it prints square of n value is nothing but 5 is equal to 5 multiple by 5, 25 is printed. After that it come back to second statement. What is the second statement? The second statement is also calling the function. So now we are calling the function print square 12. We are calling the function. It means we are calling the function print square int n. Here int n, where the 12 value is directly assigned, n is equal to 12. You understand? 12 is the value from the main that is passed to the function where n is equal to 12 it becomes. Next, inside the function there is only one statement, that is square of 12 is equal to 12 into 12, that is 144. Then it comes back to the third statement, return 0. Why return 0? Here before the main function we mentioned int. It means this main function returns some integer. So to satisfy this statement, return 0. If you look at this void, here this function does not return anything, no return value. The moment you mention void, it means it does not return any value. That is the reason there is no return statement here inside the print square function. Let us see next example. We will increase the complexity of the functions example by example. Total I am going to discuss total 4 examples for the functions with parameters and no return value. Look at this function print sum of n natural numbers. For example, if you give 3 as the input, what it does is 1 plus 2 plus 3, 6 will be the output. Let us trace the program and understand how it is working. Now let me give the numbers 1, 2, 3 here, A, B, C, D. First one, int main. It starts executing from the main function. Here we are calling the function print sum first n of 5. That means we are passing the value 5 to the function print sum function n int n. That means the moment you call the function, it print sum first n int n. Now n is equal to 5. Inside the function, a statement, sum value is 0. Then b statement is for loop. Let us see what is happening in the for loop. Here it initializes I value to 1, 1 less than or equal to n. What is the n value? N value is 5. Then C statement, sum is equal to, already sum value is 0, 0 plus 1 is equal to 1. It comes back, increments the value I plus plus. Since it is running in a loop, I value is updated to 2. 2 less than or equal to 5. Condition is successful. It goes to the C statement. Sum is equal to, already sum value is 1 plus I value is 2 is equal to 3. Sum value is updated to 3. I plus plus. Since we are in a loop, I value is updated to 3. 3 less than or equal to 5, condition is true. I plus, goes to the third statement, sum is equal to 3 plus 3, 6, increments I plus plus. Now I value is updated to 4. 4 less than or equal to 5. Goes to the C statement, sum is equal to 6 plus 4. Now sum value is updated to 10. I plus plus. B statement, I is equal to 5. 5 less than or equal to 5. Condition is true. C statement, sum is equal to 10 plus 5 is equal to 15. Increment I plus plus. B statement, since we are in the loop, I value is updated to 6. 6 less than or equal to 5. Condition failed. Then comes to the D statement. D statement is printf sum of n natural numbers. Sum of n natural is here 5 natural numbers is equal to 50. It prints the output. Now after executing the first statement, it goes to the second statement. So students who are watching this video, do the tracing part for print sum first n of 10 so that you will get hands-on experience. So second statement gets executed. When you are executing the second statement, what happens? It goes here, n is equal to 10, n is equal to 10, it becomes, after that for loop it executes, the output value 55 will be printed. Then come back to the third statement, return 0. So since int main return 0, since it is void, it is not returning the values, it is only printing the values. Returning the value means this function would return a value here to the main. Of course, this type of functions we will see in the next video. Now we are going to see example 3. Functions with parameters, no return value. Example number 3. In previously 2 examples, what we have seen? One example, a simple program that square a number and it prints the value. Next, another function, sum of n natural numbers. If you give 3 as the input, 1 plus 2 plus 3 is equal to 6 value will be printed. It is not returning, it is only printing the value. Next, example 3. Now print multiplication of n up to limit l. That means, for example, if you are giving 3 comma 5 as input, it prints the 3 table from 3 into 1 to 3 into 5. If you are giving 3 comma 100 as input, 3 multiple by 1 to 3 multiple by 100. So if you observe here, 2 values we are passing, that means we are giving to the function, that means with parameters. It is not returning any value, instead it is printing the values from 3 multiple by 1 to 3 multiple by 100. Let us see this example. Instead of taking 7 to 10, I will take a simpler value, till 3 we will take, not 10. Okay, so if I number the statements, first statement, second statement, third statement, inside the function I will name them A, B and C statements. Let us trace the program, most important part of the programming. Int main, it starts with int main. The first statement is print table 7 comma 3. Here carefully observe, we are passing 2 values 7 and 3 to the function, and after the first statement, what happens? It goes to the function directly, and print table is the name of the function. It is taking 2 parameters, int n and int up to. So these are the 2 parameters. It is very well evident 7 and 3 are the 2 values that we are passing. N value becomes 7, up to value becomes 3, right? I guess this point is very clear to you all. Now A statement is just a multiplication of table from 7 to 3, so that is fine. Look at the B statement. B statement is the most important part. tracing, it's a for loop. Int I is equal to 1, we are initializing the I value to 1 less than or equal to 3, condition is true. It enters inside, prints n value, I value. What is the n value? N value is 7 multiplied by I value is 1, of course this is the C statement, is equal to n into I. What is the n value? 7 multiplied by 1 is 7. This is the statement it prints. Then inside the for loop, increment operator, int I value is updated to 2. Let's take the condition 2 less than or equal to 3, condition is true. And comes to the C statement, n value is 7, I value is 2, 7 multiplied by 2, that is 14, and increment the I value. B statement, int I is equal to 3 less than or equal to 3, condition is true. When the condition is true, goes inside the for loop to execute that block. N value is 7, I value is 3, 7 into 3, 21, and goes to the next part of the for loop, I++. Sorry, here it does not come int here, only once we are initializing, here it is the value that it is coming. I value is updated to 4 less than or equal to 3, the condition fails. And the moment the condition fails, it comes out of the for loop and it comes out of the function. From here, it goes back to the second statement. If you look at the second statement is, again we are calling the function print table 3, 5. Here, carefully observe, we are calling the function again print table, and it has two parameters, int n and int up to. So n value becomes 3, up to value becomes 5. Now students who are watching the video, trace the program for your better understanding of for loops and also the function concept. After that, complete execution. It prints 3 multiplied by 1 till 3 multiplied by 5, then comes back to the third statement and it returns 0. Look at this one, it is returning 0, int a main is mentioned. We have mentioned here void. Void means the function does not return any value, so there is no return statement here. Clearly understand the difference here is with the parameters. That means it is taking the parameters but it is not returning the value. If you remember this concept or this point, this second type of functions would be clear. Anyways, we'll be seeing one more example, printing the factorial value, functions with parameters without return type. So try to understand. A function is a block of code where we write once and reuse whenever we need it. And this, in the main function, the first statement is print factorial of 3. 5 is here. To make my life easy, I'll make it as 3. The moment you call the function, it goes to the function print factorial int n. You understand, with parameters without return type. The parameter or the argument that we are passing is 3. Here, the function that would be calling is print factorial of int n. It means the 3 value is assigned to n. Now n becomes 3. Look at the first statement. The first statement is if n, that is 3, less than 0. Is the condition true? The condition failed. So the moment the condition failed, it does not execute B or C statement. Directly it goes to the D statement. So it goes to the D statement. Factorial is equal to 1. So factorial is equal to 1. Next, E, it is a for loop. I is equal to 1 less than or equal to n value is 3. Here factorial is equal to, already factorial value is 1 multiplied by I value, that is 1, and do the increment I++. Look at the E statement, it gets executed again. I value is updated to 2 less than or equal to 3, the condition is true. Then factorial is equal to 1, already factorial value is 1 here, 1 multiple by 1 multiple by I value is 2, goes back to here I plus plus. So E statement gets executed again, I value is updated to 3 less than or equal to 3, the condition is successful, goes to the F statement. Of course I did not mention here, F statement. Factorial is equal to, already factorial value is 2 multiple by I value is 3 and gets updated I plus plus. That means E statement get executed again, I is equal to 4 less than or equal to 3, the condition fails. The moment the condition fails in the F statement, E statement, it goes to the G statement where it prints the factorial, the fact value. The fact value is keep updating. The final fact value that we are having is 6. It prints factorial of 3 is 6. After executing this, it comes back to the second statement. So students who are watching the video, try print factorial of 6. 20 is there, 20 would be too long, but try with the 6 so that you practice the for loop, if condition, everything here. And once this gets executed, come back to the third statement, and in the third statement it returns 0. You might be wondering, sir, you said with parameters and without return values, not return type, return value. Here there is a return statement. So what does it mean? For example, you give the input as a -10. For -10, can you calculate a factorial number? Is there any factorial number for the negative numbers? No, right? So when you give -10 as the input, it enters inside the function. It checks n less than 0. That means -10 less than 0. Condition failed. The factorial not defined for the negative number statement will be printed and return. Return means you don't want these statements to be executed when user is passing a negative value. So it returns. That means it comes out of the function without returning any value. It just says return. Come back to the second statement if at all the first statement is -10, right? So this is all about the function with parameters and without return value. In the next video we will see without parameters and with return value, and followed by with parameters and with return values. Stay tuned. Comment if you want any particular topic in the C want to be explained in the further videos.